Hello, friends. Today's topic, the invisible cargo that slows every ship. Why the best masters know that sometimes the smartest decision is to carry less. It's 0400 hours. The bridge is quiet. Outside, the sea is calm, the radar is clear, the engine is running perfectly, the cargo is secure. On paper, everything looks normal, but inside the bridge, the chief officer has three email reminders waiting. The master has four different reporting formats to complete before noon. The operation desk has already sent two follow up messages. The charters want another update. Agents need confirmation. The technical team has requested photographs. No emergencies, no bad weather. Yet everyone feels rushed. The ship isn't overloaded with cargo, it's overloaded with complexity. And that invisible weight is far more dangerous than anything inside the cargo hold. A few years ago, I spoke with an experienced master after a long voyage. He smiled and said something I have never forgotten. Ship don't become difficult overnight. They become complicated one small decision at a time. One more spreadsheet, one more report, one more meeting, one more software platform, one more procedures. Each one looked harmless. Together, they quietly stole the crew attention. That is how operational excellence slowly disappears. Not because people stop working, but because they stop focusing on what truly matters. Most people think delay happens because of bad weather or equipment failure or port congestions. Sometimes they do, but many costly delay begins much earlier, not on the bridge, not in the engine room, but inside a decision. When nobody asks a simple question, do we really need this? Every new checklist, every duplicate report, every unnecessary approval, every extra email, they all consume something far more valuable than fuel, attention. And in shipping, attention is one resource you can never bunker once it is gone. Let me tell you about a voyage that remind me of this lesson. A bulk carrier was preparing for loading. The crew had worked efficiently. The hold were clean. Cargo plan were ready. Weather looked favorable. Everything suggested a smooth operation. Then the flood began. Different department requested different version of the same information. Three separate spreadsheets, multiple email chains, repeated confirmations, small administrative tasks multiplied every hour. Nobody questioned them. Everyone simply complied. By evening, the bridge team had spent more time managing information than managing the voyage. The vessel still sailed, but the crew carried something heavier than steel or coal, mental overload. Nobody noticed it immediately. There was no alarm, no flashing lights, no machinery failure, only slower decision, longer discussion, more confusion, and eventually small mistakes began appearing, not because of officers lacked competence, but because their attention had been divided into too many directions. That is how complexity works. It rarely arrives like a storm. It arrives quietly, one unnecessary task at a time. The greatest lesson wasn't about paperwork, it was about leadership. Great masters don't simply ask, what else should we add? They also ask, what can we remove? Because every unnecessary process competes with navigational awareness. Every duplicated report competes with operational judgment. Every avoidable distraction competes with safety. The same principle applies ashore. An operations desk buried under endless emails react more slowly. A charting team chasing every opportunity loses focus. A company with too many systems often achieves less than one with fewer but better systems. The strongest shipping companies are not the busiest, they are the clearest. Think about world's best bridge team. Their communication is simple, clear, standardized. Nobody speaks just to sound important. Every word has purpose. That is why bridge resources management works. Not because it creates more communication, because it creates better communication. The same philosophy builds great companies. Less noise, more clarity. Less activity, more impact. Less complexity, more control. So, before your next voyage, before your next meeting, before introducing another report, another software tool, or another procedure, pause for 1 minute. Ask yourself, does this improve safety? Does this create value? Or does it simply create more work? The answer may save far more than time. It may protect your team's focus. And focus is what keeps ships safe, operations efficient, and decisions sound. The best ships are not remembered because they carried the heaviest cargo. They are remembered because they complete every voyage safely. The best leaders are no different. They don't carry everything, they carry what matters. Because the most valuable cargo on any voyage is not inside the holds. It is the clarity to know what deserves a place on board and what should be left safely ashore. Until next time, stay safe, think clearly, and remember in shipping, just as in life, less complexity creates stronger voyages. Thank you.